So right now I'm showing you each of these materials to be used, so it can be clear to you. I talked about the rope earlier on. These are the ropes. So you don't necessarily have to use something like this exactly. Just ensure you get a rope that can withstand it. These are the ropes. I talked about the pipes. So let me show you how it looks. Many of it might not really see it when I zoomed out. When I was far away rather. So this is how the pipes looks like. This is actually the common pipe. This is the common pipe we know. But just in case you have something like this that is not in use in your house, you can just improvise. These ones are excess electrical materials which I had around me and converted it to for my mushroom work. So you can, this one, if it's this green one you have, you just cut it into this kind of sizes. This is the actual size you need. This kind of sizes, cut it into these sizes. You can cut as many bags you need based on the quantity, the number of bags you want to produce. So I have a lot which I use for my work because I produce in large quantities. I produce a substrate bag in large quantities. So you can have as much as 100, 500, depending on your numbers, 50 bags. If it's 50 bags, you want to do it, it's 10 bags, or start 5 bags. Just have the numbers you need. You don't need them now, but you need them later on when we're going to work on the sterilization, the heat sterilization of the substrate bag. So I talked about the shovel. You would see me use it as we start work. This is the shovel you use the shovel to mix your materials. Also talked about the stool. You use this is a stool to sit, because at the point you need to sit down. Then these are nylons. So you get nylon based on the size you want your substrate bag to be. See this now. For my substrate bag, most of my substrate bags are not always bigger than this. So this can take like 2 kg of substrate bag, like 2 kg, and you don't have to also always do 2 kg. You can do 1 kg. So it depends on what you want to do. So this nylons does not have to be, you don't have to look for a special nylon. Just look for people selling nylon to bag ice block or pure water. They would have these kinds of nylon. They can withstand it. And carry out the work you need to do. So that's for the nylon. Let's progress, because we're going to be mixing the substrate today. Now let me take you to the sawdust. I explained earlier that we have wood shavings and we have sawdust. Wood shavings are these solid particles. They are these materials you can see. It's also a waste from wood when you go to sawmill. So, but what I'm showing you is because sometimes when you go to sawmill to get this sawdust for your machine cultivation, you might see that what they have is a mixture of this wood shaving and sawdust put together. You don't want such in your cultivation. You don't want mixture. You don't want a mixture of the two. No. What you want is this powdery. Sawdust. The powdered sawdust. Because if you have a mixture of this and this, it's going to affect the growth of the mycelium. I know you might not know what mycelium means, but when you start machine cultivation, you would see, when you've planted your spawn, you will see some white things coming out around the bags. It's called mycelium. They are called mycelium. So those things, when they come in contact with hard materials like this wood shaving, they won't be able to eat them up quickly, unlike this. And that means it's going to delay your productivity. That is, it will delay the time in which you will start harvesting your mushrooms. It will take longer time, because the longer it takes to eat the materials up, the longer it will take before your mushrooms will start coming out. The fruiting stage will be delayed. So that's why you don't need them. So let me tell you what to do. When you come in contact with, when you go to the sawmill and you see that it's a mixture of both, don't because of that say you won't get your sawdust. No, get whatever you can get from them, and then when you take it to either your site, your farm, your house, get a sieve just like this. I showed you earlier on that you need a sieve. Get a sieve and then sieve out the wood shavings. Sieve out the wood shavings from the dust. Sieve out the wood shavings from the dust, and then take the dust. It's the dust you need and use for your work. So sieve out the wood shavings like I've done now. I sieved out these wood shavings. Sieve them out from the dust. Sieve out the wood shavings from the dust and then use for your work. That way you would have no stress, you have no issues with what you want to do. So I also got the pure sawdust that has no wood shavings. So I did that so I can show you and you can understand things clearly. This sawdust has no wood shavings at all. Sometimes you might get to the sawmill and you will find pure sawdust. That's the best. That one is what you need. So you won't have to sieve again. You won't have to sieve. If you find any particles there, just use your hand and remove them. That's all. So that's for the sawdust and wood shavings. Now let me take you to the rice bran. That's an ingredient that will be added to the sawdust. So for this is called, I believe you can see this. I believe you can see this. I'll show you. I believe you can see this. This is called, let me put a little on the floor. Let me put a little on the floor so you see. Put a little on the floor. You can see. You can see. You can see. This is called rice bran. It is the waste material. It's a waste material. So it's a waste material. So you can get it from any feed mill around you, or farms, big farms, or stores or shops where they sell animal feed materials or ingredients. You can get them there. This is the rice bran. So I did it. I got it so I can show you clearly. So you can just go there. It's not always expensive. You can go there to get your rice bran. I'm sure you have seen the materials needed for your substrate bag preparation. Know what's best available in your environment. You don't have to use exactly these things, but you can always improvise. These things here are things you don't necessarily have to spend so much money to get. I think you can get in your environment. In the next video, I'm going to take you on how to mix the sawdust and the rice bran properly to have a good substrate.